What's up, folks? My name is Dimebot, and you may be asking yourself, Dime, why are we looking at two different versions of Watch Dogs here? Well, it's actually an astute question, dear viewer, because you are looking at two different versions of Watch Dogs. No, not console and not PC. The one on your bottom left is Watch Dogs as it was released by Ubisoft on PC, and the one on the top right is quote-unquote modded PC Watch Dogs. Now, let's be perfectly clear here. What I'm using is the worst mod, which you may have heard of. All the worst mod really does is re-enable some things that were in the game and just turned off. By downloading a DAT file and an FAT file and then modifying two things in your user XML profile, you get this version of Watch Dogs, which comes much, much closer to what they showed us at E3 2012. We'll just run down the list of things that it re-enables. It changes the default fog values, it enables depth of field for the main cameras, fixes some stuttering, it turns on the light bloom that we saw at E3 2012, turns on headlight shadows, and a little bit of reflection change. So, there's some things still being worked on, which is lighting changes and stuff. But basically, this game turns back on all the stuff that they showed us at E3 2012 that clearly was not in the other version of the game. So, I'll just kind of be talking about this as we go. Right now, we're looking at the modded version, and you can notice that the lighting and reflections are a lot better, and when I get out of the car here, you'll be able to see the depth of field in the background. So you see right there, that's a lot prettier than what you have in a normal game. I've split it back here for you guys, so you'll notice that it is a slightly different time of day, but take note of the fact that the light bloom and the softness of the light actually is a lot better. Here you can see that the texture quality, well, it's pretty good. I mean, just watch when we get back to that. So here's my thing with this. Ubisoft said from the beginning, their CEO was even quoted as saying that the PC was the primary development platform for the game. What we got as a final product, even after 6 months, the delay certainly did not show that. So it certainly makes me wonder, did they run out of time? Was this team forced to cut corners? What was actually the deal here? I don't buy into the conspiracy theories going around that Ubisoft was paid off by Microsoft and Sony to make this game, you know, look worse on PC so that it maintained parity with the consoles. I just don't buy that, but definitely something was going on. Now let's talk about something you might have been noticing. You'll see some stutter in both versions. Here's the thing, while this does make a couple performance improvements, Watch Dogs is a poorly optimized game. It runs like crap, and even with the other stuff re-enabled, and I've definitely done some testing, the performance dips that I'm seeing is not from the extra features being enabled, it's just from the fact that Watch Dogs is a piss-poor port. It's poorly optimized, it doesn't run worth a crap, so, you know, feel free to give this a try. Your actual performance may vary. I'm not going to say that yours will work perfectly. I'm not going to say it'll work better than mine. I'm not going to say it'll work worse. There seems to be no rhyme or reason to why Watch Dogs performs the way it does on any particular PC. But as nice as it is to turn back on the other effects and stuff, this game, even with the high quality rain and water and stuff, it's still just, it does not run well. So, am I glad that this mod is out there? Yeah. Do I call it a mod? Not really, because there's really not any outside files. This is all, this version you're seeing, it's all running on stuff that's already found in the game's own code and engine. Now, you can download some stuff like ICE for it, but right now this is really just all running off of what's already found in the game files, just flipping some things back on that they had turned off. What's more egregious is that some of the files that got flipped back on are actually labeled E3, so I'll leave you to draw your own conclusions there, and I will shut up now. This last little sequence you're going to see is just showing off the headlight lighting and the bloom lighting on the modded version. Alright, so I have gone to a safe house in downtown. Now this is going to be with everything from the worst mod, quote-unquote, turned on. Take note of the depth of field, the lighting bloom, and all the little subtle touches that are going on. And the same scene will be replayed again in just a minute, at least part of it, with everything turned off except for the headlight shadows, which just don't seem to want to go off for some reason.
Give me a light. Trust me, all questions answered. Spare some change.
Up yours.
Hey, sweet 2-for-1 deal right here. Getting the most exclusive spot. Hey, bring it down. What?
Alright, now, here is the same scene again, done with pretty much everything turned off. As we come around the corner, pretty much the first thing you'll notice is the depth of field blur being gone and how different it looks. And I did not reload the game. I decided to leave it so that you could see the difference in the Steam cloud and various things as we come back down the street. So, yeah, that's just kind of a look at the worst mod, quote-unquote, for Ubisoft's Watch Dogs, and just, I don't know, I find it very aggravating that this stuff was still in the game and just locked away. Anyways, my name is Dimebot. I'll talk to you later.
Give me a break.